Episode 3. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for tuning in again to Airlines, Airports, and your host, Andrew. I really do appreciate it. For anyone coming back, saw episode 1 and 2, here's episode 3. We'll tune into another random flight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate each and one of you being here. The channel, we just kind of go over, we have some fun with some aviation, right? We look into a random route, a random flight on FlightAware, right? We'll check it out on Flight Radar. We'll go into the websites of the airports itself, kind of look around, find the flight, see what they have to offer. We'll see how much it was on Google Flights itself just to see. And then we'll give a rating, right, to see, if this route is a good route to take, if it's popular, what I think about it, and so on. It's my aviation kind of geeky side. I love doing this. I do this stuff every day just for kicks. So I'm glad I could share it with you. I hope you guys enjoy episode 3. Come along with me. So as you can see on the screen, I do have FlightAware pulled up. Spoiler alert, this was for episode 2. We did have a Dallas-Fort Worth to LAX flight. It was very crazy to see Dallas come up because it was actually in episode 1 as well. So that was something else. I was in the middle of recording episode 3 and I unfortunately had to step away, but I wish I could have stuck with it. If you see me clicking forward here, I got on this one flight flying from New Delhi, India to London Heathrow. I could not believe it. I wanted to share it with you. The audio got messed up. I needed to start over. But I wanted to show you what routes we could get. I couldn't believe that this was on here. So one day we might get this route again with Virgin Atlantic. What an airline. It was crazy. I wish I could have shared it with you. Anyways, what we do is we go to flight tracking. We'll hit random flight. We'll see a random flight pop up. We'll go over it. We'll hop into different platforms. This is so cool. I just think it's so cool to be able to do this. I love the airlines. I love airports. I love looking into anything. Let's click a random flight. Let's see what we get. Will it be a small one? Oh my! Okay, no, that doesn't count because it does give you similar ones that you click on it. FlightAware loves to give you the same thing twice. I'm not going to count it. We're going to keep going. We're going to find another random flight. Let's see what they give us. Okay, they pull up another smaller one. We don't like sticking with the smaller ones. I like seeing it, like seeing the owner, like seeing kind of everything. We can't really go off any airlines, any airports, things like that. This one's based out of Sacramento. Let's look for a different one. Here we go. In a Delta Airlines flight 2553, one of my favorite airlines. Go Delta. I love you. I love every airline. But here we go. We get a Delta flight flying from the hub of Delta Airlines, Atlanta, Georgia, to Fort Lauderdale Airport. This is so exciting. Just took off from Atlanta, as you can see on the map. Looks like the plane shows it's going the wrong way. I don't even know. But we have a successful takeoff from Atlanta, gate F10. Now Atlanta Airport, huge airport. I believe 6 or 7 different terminals. F is almost the farthest away you can get from the start of Atlanta Airport, at least coming from the parking lot. So that had to have been a trek to get to this gate. Flying to Fort Lauderdale, not that far, flying from somewhat sunny to more sunny. Fort Lauderdale, smaller airport, but still quite large. This is a great flight on the Boeing 757-200. Very exciting here. Let me copy this DL2553. Seemed like we didn't get a copy there. I will hop over to the Flight Radar app, and here is our other flight that landed, I believe, a couple of minutes ago. I will plug it in here, and here we go. We get the Delta Airlines, the route right here. I will show it on the map. Look at all these planes flying in and out of Atlanta. It is absolutely insane how much traffic goes on there. I give props to the air traffic controllers, anyone who works within the Atlanta airport. It is amazing. Let me click on the route. It'll show us exactly going from Atlanta, Georgia, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I wish I was in either one of these states right now. It is very cold where I'm at. That sounds very lovely. Just took off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time about 13 minutes ago. It's estimated to land right around 6 p.m. A little over an hour flight. Really quick. Big aircraft flying from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. I'm curious if it's going to make a cross-country jump after it gets to Fort Lauderdale. That's just a big-size airplane. Doesn't usually go on these shorter routes. I think it just needs to get from point A to point B. Let's pull up these respective airports, see what we can get through. Here was our DFW airport. Let's pull up the Atlanta airport. As I said, Huge, huge, huge airports. I'm going to jump in the maps really quick just to give you a sense of how big this airport is. Look at this. I'm going to zoom out. If I can zoom out anymore, we have Concourse T all the way to Concourse F. As I said, the one that we looked at took off from Concourse F. Look at how far you had to walk or take the tram. Different restaurants, different shops within each airport. Let me jump to the flight. I'm actually going to jump back because I believe it was DL 2553. We're going to search this flight. Let's see what we can do. Flight number is DL 2553. Didn't even search this website. I'm not sure what's going on. 2553. Let's find the flights. And here's the flight. Origin City, Fort Lauderdale schedule. I don't know why it's scheduled so late. I believe maybe there's multiple different routes of this airplane, right? Or this route. Very cool to show here. As I said, everything you can find within the Atlanta airport itself. Let's jump to the other tab where we had LAX. I'm going to look up the Fort Lauderdale airport. Let's find the right code really quick. FLL, just to make sure I'm not typing anything wrong. We're jumping to the Fort Lauderdale airport here, at least their website. Again, lots of different shops. We can go into Topo Chico. We can get a seltzy. We can get food. They have everything here. You go to the flights. You can find the specific information as well, right? We're going to look for our arrivals. Let's filter arrivals. Let's try to filter by Delta Airlines right here. A lot of different airlines flying in here. Here we go, Atlanta. Let's find our, what was it, 2553. Here it is, right in the middle of the list from Atlanta. It's in air, supposed to arrive at gate D5. The D terminal is where all Delta Airlines fly. It's right there. Everything you need. What a route. I wish I was in both places right now. That seems very warm. Props, they're in the air as we speak. As I'm talking to you, these people are in the air flying from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. It is quite amazing. I will now go to Google Flights. As you see, Dallas to LAX. This is what we looked up last. I will type in Atlanta's code. I will type in Fort Lauderdale's code. Not all, Fort Lauderdale. I will switch this and go maybe look at. Oh, actually, I'm gonna. This is unbelievable. I'm gonna go to the same Tuesday. I'm recording this video on a Tuesday again. Tuesday, March 5th, to see the price. You'll not believe your eyes. If you want to fly on a budget airline, Frontier, Spirit, again, no bags. You get a personal item. You don't pay for your seat. You just go on the plane. You can fly there for around $20. This is unbelievable. What cheap prices they have to offer from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. Even if you scroll down to Delta Airlines, look, $49 to go from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. I cannot believe it. Let's see if that's the basic economy price. It is $94. Still amazing. Basic economy $49. Don't want to select a seat. Last aboard. You still get a free carry-on and personal item. You go on the plane, $50 from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. Unbelievable. Short, now, very short route. I wouldn't want to drive it. I'd rather fly it. They have so many different options to choose from. It's great. You want to fly Delta? Awesome. You want to fly Southwest? You can do that. Love Southwest. You want to fly your budget airline, save a little bit of money, maybe spend it on a rental car or your vacation? You can fly Spirit and Frontier. There are so many options back here. It's unbelievable. If I look at the prices as well, it does seem to go up a little bit depending on the time. So if you do look at least farther in the summer, maybe you get closer to that, $69, right? But it seems like that's directly with Delta. I don't see any Spirit Airlines like $70. Still a very cheap price. That is very cool to see. If you're trying to go from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, it is relatively cheaper. That is so, so cool. To close things out, as you saw, right, we found a random flight. We found that Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. Very cool. I'm shocked they gave us that. We went from seeing the Virgin Atlantic from India to London to giving us this Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. Great route we have. We saw it on Flight Radar. We looked up the two airports. We looked up the Google flights. All great information. I have to give this a 9.5. If you're looking for short and easy going from Atlanta, the Delta hub to Fort Lauderdale, and you're very close to Miami, you're very close to Orlando, all those different areas, you can get there very cheap, right? And even if you then bought a single ticket to Atlanta and then flew to Fort Lauderdale, This is a great price. I would recommend this to anyone who wants to go to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale from Atlanta. 9.5 out of 10. This is a great route. I am so happy we got this. I love both of these airports. I actually am going to Atlanta somewhat soon. I cannot wait to be there. Just a great overall airport. So much going on. That was a look into episode 3. A nice, short-ish flight within the United States. Very cool to look at. What will we see next? I'm not sure. I'm really glad I got to have this experience with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Me just being a little bit giddy around anything aviation. Hopefully it brightens up your day. If you do like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. I'm interested to see anyone's comments. Maybe you've flown this route. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you want to. We can have discussions, talk about different airlines, talk about the route in general. But I really hope you guys enjoy. I will catch you in episode 4. See you in the next time.